What's up everybody, Rob here. So it's a very well known and highly documented fact that my subscribers are amongst the smartest people on YouTube, okay? A 10 to 15 point average higher IQ for my subscribers over that of everybody else on YouTube. It's science, okay? You cannot argue, frankly, the best subscribers, okay? The smartest subscribers, the best. It's science. You cannot argue with science. And that's the best Trump voice you're ever going to get out of me. Just deal with it. But it's not enough to be smart. You have to be strong as well, because a strong mind in a weak body is next to useless. So I'm going to be helping you out with one of the most fundamental exercises using your own body weight, the pull-up. And many people, most people actually, cannot even do a single one. So I'm here to help you out, to build you up to that point where you can actually pull your own body weight up over a bar. All right, here we go. Just want to point out before we really get started, I'm not an expert on this subject. I have no credentials in this sort of thing. I was the fat kid in high school. I actually weighed over 200 pounds. I'm 5'7", so I'm not that big. And I weighed well over 200 pounds, like 205, 206 pounds at one point. That was at my heaviest. It wasn't muscle, I can assure you. I've somewhat improved since then, but I'm not a professional by any stretch of the imagination. And however, I've made some improvements, and I figured I'd share what I've learned with all of you. It's just something I've been doing for the past, couple of years, and well, here we go.
In order to do a pull-up, you need something to do pull-ups with, specifically a pull-up bar. You can get these online. You can get them for about like 10 to 15 bucks for a cheap one. You buy it once, it's yours for the rest of your life. It is an investment well worth your money. I am a cheap bastard. I don't like spending money if I can avoid it, but this is definitely worth the money. If you can't or won't spend the money on that sort of thing, you can use a tree branch or really anything else that will support your weight and you have access to on a regular basis. So yeah, whatever suits your lifestyle, but honestly, spring for like the 10 bucks. Really, it's worth it.
So because the pull-up is a body weight exercise, the less you weigh, the easier it is. So if you were to lose some weight, it becomes much easier for you to do a pull-up. That's so blatantly obvious, I don't even know why I have to explain that. So there's a number of ways you can do this. Eat less, move around more, a lot of specific strategies, do whatever works for you and fits your lifestyle, but lose some weight. It'll make things much, much easier.
So the first exercise to help you along the way is a bodyweight exercise known as the Australian pull-up. I have no idea why do they do this in Australia more. If you're an Australian viewer, do you do these? I don't know. Any case, this is an Australian pull-up. It can either be done with one bar or two bars. You'll be seeing in a short little bit. Any case, the purpose of this is to strengthen the muscles, but at the same time, your feet are supported on the ground, which makes things much, much easier. And to make things more difficult, you simply move your feet further away from your center of mass. So basically, you just put your feet out, and it becomes more difficult. You want to aim for 3 sets of 8, then eventually 3 sets of 10, and then 3 sets of 12. Once you get 3 sets of 12, you can move on to the next exercise. So next up is the flexed arm hang. It's exactly what it sounds like. What you do is you flex your arms, you pop yourself up over the bar. You can use a nice little jump, or you can use a stool or a chair. Just get your chin up over the bar. Be very careful that you don't go face first into the bar. That would really suck, and I have done that. It's not pleasant. But what you do is you get your chin up over the bar, and then you hang yourself there, and you just stay there. It's a static movement, and then you slowly lower yourself down. Now, you want to get there for a total of 20 seconds. You want to build up to getting a total of 20 seconds, and in order to do that, say you can only stay up for 5 seconds. Well, you take whatever rest you need, say a minute or so, and then you pop up again, and then hold as long as you can, and then lower yourself down again. So you would just basically go up there, stay as long as you can, and then lower yourself down, and you keep doing this to get a total of 20 seconds. And you want to keep doing this each time, each day, each workout. You want to do the same thing, but you want to reduce the amount of rest time in between each repetition and also increase the amount of time you're hanging up over the bar. So you want to slowly build up for it until you can get to 20 seconds with your chin up over the bar. Fairly straightforward. I think you got this. Okay, and the last of the bodyweight exercises here is the negative pull-up. It's kind of a combination of the flexed arm hang and a conventional pull-up. It's sort of a hybrid of the two. What you do, like the flexed arm hang, you pop yourself up. Again, making sure not to smack your face headlong into the bar, and then hold it there for a second, and then lower yourself down to a count of 4. So up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. The programming for this is incredibly simple. What you want to do is do 3 sets of 8 repetitions, and then eventually 3 sets of 10 repetitions, and then 3 sets of 12. Once you get 3 sets of 12, you should be able to do a single pull-up. And although the pull-up is a body weight exercise, and body weight exercises are more than sufficient to get you to the point where you can actually do pull-ups, if you have access to weights or any sort of other type of fitness equipment, they are absolutely useful in helping you out along the way. They can't hurt. And I honestly would recommend lifting weights, just part of general fitness, but for this specific thing as well. Really, any type of rowing motion. What you want to do is any kind of motion that will pull the weight towards you, towards your core. Now, if you have access to a machine, for example, a lat pull down, obviously, a lat pull down will be very helpful in this regard. If you have free weights like you see here, my personal favorite is the bent row like you see here, but also croc rows or single arm rows. Any of those things will be incredibly useful. For the bent row like you see here, just very simply what you do is you lower yourself down to a 45-degree angle, and then you pull the weight towards your sternum. It's incredibly simple. Some people say go down to a 90-degree angle, so basically like your body is forming a right angle. That is incredibly uncomfortable for me. I've tried that. It's incredibly uncomfortable, and it feels like my back is about to snap in half. I've had great results doing what you see here at about a 45-degree angle. It's worked for me. So if somebody says do different, okay, sure, go for it. But really, it's like making your torso parallel to the floor. It just, I don't see any particular benefit to it. A lot of risk for very little reward.
Okay, so once you are able to do pull-ups and you can do them regularly without any particular issues, and you are now incorporating them into your workout, this is just a thing that you can do, just something I learned over the years to make them even more effective. And that is to not actually pull yourself up over the bar. It sounds counterintuitive, but just bear with me here. This is, again, if you already, don't worry about this if you can't do any. If you can do them and you can do, say, a set of 10 of them without any particular issues, this is just something that you can do to make them more effective. If you're still a beginner, don't worry about this. But if you already are at the point where you can do a bunch of them, a lot of people just pretend I have a broomstick here. It's easier for me to describe this if I'm doing this rather than actually hanging off a bar. Just pretend that this is locked in place and I'm pulling myself up. A lot of people do, and I do this too. Everybody does it, especially when you're tired. And beginners do this all the time. They pull themselves straight up, and they're going straight up, and then they get here, and then they struggle, and they try to get their chin over the bar, and they're like stretching their necks out to get over the bar, and it's kind of disturbing to watch. But don't do that. Don't pull straight down and with the idea of getting your chin above the bar. That's not the most effective way. What you want to do is actually lean back slightly and then pull the bar towards your upper chest. You want to think of it not as a pull-up, but as a chest up. So you're here, and then you're pulling the bar down to your chest level. Or, well, you're pulling yourself up to whatever, you know what I mean. You're pulling yourself up to chest level. Your chin will naturally just go over the bar that way. But you want to aim so that the bar is about an inch or two below your collarbone. And that's where you're pulling the bar yourself. I keep saying I'm pulling, yes, I'm pulling the bar here, but you're pulling yourself up, you know what I mean. And yeah, that will actually help engage your lats a lot more effectively than going straight up. If you're straight and you're pulling yourself straight up without leaning back into it at all, you're actually putting a lot more stress on your shoulders and on your traps, which, okay, if it's great for working that muscle, but there are exercises that work those muscle groups more effectively. So the best thing you can do, really, to target your lats is lean back slightly and pull it towards your upper chest. And then, again, lower, and then raise it up, and then lower. So just a little quick tip just so you guys can, maybe get the most out of your workout. So there you go.
So that is it for this video, just something I put together real quick. It's something that I don't have professional certification in teaching, but I do understand it from personal experience, and I figured I'd share what I've learned with all of you guys. Make of that whatever it is you will, but this actually did work for me, so I'm just sharing my knowledge with all of you guys. So as always, please hit the like and subscribe button. More videos coming out whenever I get around to it, and you want to hit the subscribe button, okay? Because look, the best subscribers, okay? Rob's Gymnasium, best subscribers. The subscription machine, that's what they call them, okay? I don't call them that. Other people say that, okay? Frankly, we're gonna subscribe bigly, okay? Huge subscribers, okay? The best subscribers. And have a good day. Or don't have a good day. You're adults, have any kind of day you want. See you later.